Okay. All right, ladies, gentlemen. Dead Man's Tome podcast, and we're talking about some creepy stuff, some real life creepy horror. Becky, what do we have here? What is this?
Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Waverly Hills Sanatorium. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's located in Louisville, Kentucky. It opened in 1910 as a tuberculosis hospital.
Okay.
And over 65,000 died there.
Oh, wow. 65,000. Yeah. Damn.
Right.
Okay.
There's a really interesting fact about this place is one side of it was all screened in windows. It was open, fresh air because they believed, that fresh air was good for TB patients. The other side had all windows in it. If they thought you were going to live, they put you on the side with the screened in windows. If they thought that you would die, you were on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So you kind of already know your fate.
I'm not sure that the patients knew that, but I mean that's how the rooms were assigned.
I see.
So I understand.
So you definitely wanted to be out in the open breeze. You wanted that open window.
Yes, and they would wheel the patients out there on the closed-in porch every morning and leave them there all day long.
Wow. Right. The nurses would check on them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, of course, the reason why we talk about this is because it's supposedly haunted, right? This is a real life ghost story.
Right.
Okay. What's going on there?
Let me tell you a little bit more about the hotel. About the hospital. It was turned into a geriatrics home in 1962 and was closed in 1982 with reports of patient neglect and experimental procedures being done on them by the doctor that was in charge.
What's the big deal with that? Why did they close it down for experimental procedures? How else? Think about it, Becky.
You can't.
How else are you going to advance medical technology? You got to experiment on someone.
So I can come kidnap you and do experimental torture?
Maybe. It depends on what the arrangement is. If I get free beer and all that, you go right ahead. Shit. What are you going to say, Becky? We need to experiment on rats? Is that what you're going to say?
Well, you need to experiment on something besides people. You can't just, it has to be a controlled environment. And I think this guy was just having fun.
Well, I didn't know we were rats, Becky. I think they were soon their grandmas and the grandpas there anyway. Did they really care what happened to Graham?
Well, they might not have cared, but they should have.
Okay. So it went from a TB hospital to a geriatrics old folks home that was closed down to abuse. They're just pushing grannies down, doing experimental tests on them. Okay. Right. So then what?
So then it was sold to a developer, and he wanted to change it into a prison. The neighbors said no. Then he decided maybe he'd change it into apartment, and for whatever reason.
That sounds pretty suitable, right? But why not turn a TB hospital, what used to be a TB hospital, into an apartment building? Why not do that? You know what? Don't even turn it into an apartment for low income. No, don't do that. Turn it into an apartment for the rich, the wealthiest of the wealthy. Do that. Let them rent out apartments that are haunted by old ladies that were tortured and kids who died of TB.
TB patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see that.
Well, for whatever reason, the Jefferson Court would not allow them to rezone it to build the apartment. So then the guy,
for whatever reason,
yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't say why. Then he decided that he would try to destroy the building. They wouldn't let him just tear it down because of historical reasons. So he dug around the foundation and tried to make the building collapse. Okay. And it refused to go.
Okay. So it's held up by angry spirits.
Well, I guess so.
All right. In this building...
Then another lady bought it.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Tina Mattingly. I know her. Very
personally?
Nice lady.
Like, you know her?
Yep.
Like she's a friend or something? Like an acquaintance?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, way.
And she owns it. Still?
Yes. Yes.
Wait a second. So we could set up a Dead Man's Stone podcast live there.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Does it have power? Does it power running into it, or would we have to use generators?
They have power on the site. There is some power in the building. They use the first floor at Halloween for a haunted house, or they used
nice.
to. I don't know if they still do or not.
So, and how do they make sure there's no like crackheads or meth heads living in there?
They have armed security that patrol the ground.
All right, that's good. Now, is it haunted? That's the question we have. Is it haunted?
Yes. So they say yes.
What proof is there? What evidence do you have, Becky?
Well, I personally don't have any, but
that's not how you build a case, Becky. That's not how you lawyer. That's not how you lawyer. Okay. All right.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. Ghost Adventures has been there. So has Ghost Hunters. They've been several times and recorded different things happening. There are a lot of reports of a ball being rolled down a hallway, hearing kids laughing on the roof. There was a nurse that committed suicide.
Wait. Kids laughing on the roof?
Yeah, there's a play area on the roof.
Whoa.
That were in the hospital.
Hold on. This hospital had a play area? You mean like on the roof, on the very top of the roof? Like, or you mean just top floor?
Well, it was the roof, actually. I mean, of the building. Think about an old building. They have flat roofs and that border that goes all the way around them.
Oh, whoa. Okay, let me pull up the image of the building again. Okay, you know what? Now that I'm looking at the building, I could see where they could totally have a fenced-in access and have like hopscotch and swings and slides up there. That's fucked up. That's why you're gonna get like ghosts, like kid ghosts, kid spirits over there haunting the place. Oh man.
Well, it's not just kids, so they say.
Okay. What do you mean?
Well, one of the most interesting things about the hospital is the tunnel. It's a 500 foot long tunnel, and the hospital sits on a hill, and it runs from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. Originally, it was built and designed to allow supplies and workers to be brought up in the wintertime when it was icy and had snow and whatever. But because of the number of deaths, they used it to take the patients to the bottom of the hill to be put on rail cars or for the coroner to pick up, and that was so that all the patients didn't see all the people dying, and they were trying to keep morale up and keep, so that everybody didn't just give up and die.
Sounds American.
So
they're gonna fake it, guys, or fake that everything's working until it's not. Okay, so they take them. Okay.
So they called it. So they now call it the death tunnel.
Oh wow.
Right.
And
that is said to be haunted as well.
Well, I can imagine so. You have dead bodies going down there, and I mean, now I have a question about how long did the dead bodies sit at the bottom of the hill to be picked up? I mean, I hope they picked it up.
Oh, I don't think they were left in the morgue there until it was time for them to be taken down. They weren't left down there.
Okay, so they weren't like decomposing down there. It's not like
no.
Okay.
No, the hospital was very self-sustaining. They had their own water treatment system. They had their own water pumping house. They grew their own food. They had, I mean, it was a well-run operation when it was the TB hospital, really.
I can imagine so. It's a pretty big building, and you could do a lot with it.
It's huge. I mean, they had a morgue. They had, there was anything you can imagine in that hospital was there.
I've seen some images of the inside now. It looks like it's just been vandalized, like spray paint everywhere and just kind of rotting away.
It has. The owner is working on restoring it. They put new windows in it, and I forget what all. The flooring.
You know what? Let me throw this out there now. If you're listening to this still, and you're interested in having the Dead Man Stone podcast hosted here, let's make that happen. I don't know how, but we can't do it with like 200 subs, 300 subs, 400, 400, 500. We need to have a mess. We have to have something. So, subscribe. With a lot of people subscribing and sharing this around and giving the thumbs up and help building the presence, we can make it happen. Man. Okay, so has anyone been touched by a spirit here?
So has been said, yes.
Oh.
One of the stories is that there was a nurse that was involved with a doctor. She found out she was pregnant and found out she had contracted TB, and she went upstairs to the 5th floor and hung herself outside of room 501.
Okay, sounds perfectly reasonable. Sounds yeah, exactly. You contract TB when you're pregnant. You just hang yourself, right?
Well,
I mean, she was a nurse. She would know what to do, right?
Well, the doctor. I think the doctor was kind of married too.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
So the plot thickens.
Yes, it does. And they say that that room is haunted on the 5th floor. People go in and leave. They do. The current owner does tours, both historical and overnight tours. Huh. And the money's used for restoration of the property. And people will go in and leave flowers in the room for her, for the nurse.
Okay. And does she respond? Does she pick up the flowers or do anything? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
What? Why don't they just send like a priest to like? Could they just send a priest to like cleanse the room and let the spirit go on to the other side? I mean, I'm just trying.
I don't know. I guess they could, but I don't know.
All right. Any other paranormal things happening
Other than well, the kids, they see shadows.
Oh,
There
okay.
is a shadow ghost of a man. They believe it is to be the doctor that was there that was mistreating patients.
Hmm.
Um, and they say you can hear the squeaky wheels of a gurney going down the hallway when you see
Yeah.
him.
Okay. Now
So
the squeaky wheels. I mean, it's an old building. I mean,
right,
is there anything running through the pipes? Like, is there running water or anything?
not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
I don't know.
And it could be, maybe. Uh-huh.
I don't know, but it's kind of creepy just thinking about it.
It
I mean,
is. I think.
that that building. I mean, pictures don't do it justice.
No,
When
yeah.
when you drive in to where Waverly Hills is, there's a golf course down
Okay.
at the bottom of the hill, and then you drive like straight up this concrete driveway up a hill to this huge, huge building. I mean, and it's brick and concrete, and when you're standing there looking at it, it is massive. I mean, it's just.
Man.
The first time I was there, I was like, "Oh my god, this
Yeah.
thing is huge!"
Just massive.
And
Okay.
but it's also a very beautiful building. I mean, it's you know the architecture and the design and everything of it. It's I mean, it really they really thought about it before they built that place. You know,
Okay. I can see
in
that. I mean, it
mind.
has a,
But
it has a lot of character to it. Let me put it back on the
yes, it
screen
does.
again. It is a massive building. It's
Very
they took
huge.
yeah. Look at the architecture. I mean, it's designed for a purpose.
Right.
Man, that looks creepy. You know?
It is really creepy. It is very, very. It's. Um, I mean that when I was there and got out of the truck, I was like, wow, and the air was just like really thick. I mean, it was just. But it's also very, very quiet. It's like
Hmm.
almost reverent
I see.
feeling.
Ooh, man, that would be very chilling as
It's
well.
kind of like how when you walk into a really 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 old part of the cemetery,
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
that's
that. Okay. I know what you're
the
talking about.
feeling, yeah.
All right. I see. I feel that. I think now would be a great time. If you ever been there, listeners, if you ever been there, let us know in the comments section what you experienced. Because we
Right.
would like to know. All right.
I don't know.
Ladies, gentlemen, thank you for watching. Let us know what you think about this. Also, let us know in the comments what other locations and real life ghost stories we should look into. I believe this one. I think this one could definitely be haunted. I mean, I'm not sure what a
Yeah, me
spirit is
too.
or what a ghost is, but I'm sure there's a presence there. Maybe it's psychological. I don't know. But wow. All right, y'all take it easy.
Bye.